Radical.
I've rewatched this over and over again, and there's a lot here I'd like to comment on. But sometimes it comes easy. Sometimes my mind is elsewhere. If it's something sports related or video game related, and that's very easy for me to really do a commentary on. Or, e-bikers and e-biking, that's very easy for me to do a commentary on. But something that involves law and DMCA and all that kind of stuff, it's just kind of out of my wheelhouse, just to be honest here. And a lot of the things Martin McNeil is talking about in this upload, I don't have full education on. But I will give some thoughts. Now, we were removed a couple months from this, but essentially what happened was, on an Altered Beast video, Lady Decade, I'm not sure if it was her or the Top Hat Gaming Man's channel. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing because, Top Hat Gaming Man, I'm pretty sure handles a lot of the Lady Decade stuff on the channel. But there was an Altered Beast upload. Can't remember the exact title. But at one point, Martin McNeil actually showed a picture that he took, that he owned. And I'm going to show you that picture. No. Hey, Marty. Okay, don't worry. I'm not going to show that picture. Okay, I'm not going to show it. And that leads me into just really kind of discussing the rights and the wrongs here. And I'm going to try to be objective here, but I personally have had my dealings with Top Hat Gaming Man and Lady Decade, and I just don't like them. I'm sure they feel the same way about me. We just don't really like each other. But I will say, when it comes to the DMCA takedown, possibly, Martin, it's within your rights to do that DMCA takedown through YouTube because you saw your work on someone else's channel. Personally, though, I would have probably tried, and you might have tried. I forget if you tried to actually contact them through other means to make them aware, to tell them that your work was in one of their uploads. So I personally am not 100% for the fact that he did a DMCA takedown in that manner. I mean, some people might argue it's kind of a dick move, to be honest. But he's well within his legal rights, too. Now, maybe he had tried to make several means of communication with them. Maybe they didn't want to talk to him. I don't know. I don't know a lot of those specific details. And there's a lot here that he said plainly that he's not going to reveal. So this is not the whole story. But I will say, I don't know, just looking at it from my perspective, kind of a dick move. Kind of a dick move, right? But well within his legal means to do it. But that's just me. You might feel differently. If it were a situation with, and I wouldn't, because I really don't care if other people re-upload my audio and whatnot to YouTube. Doesn't really matter to me. But I would like and prefer someone to say, hey, Rick, we're going to use a lot of your audio, maybe in an intro we're doing, or people have taken my audio online and actually made really cool. Like there's one person that does really, really cool music. I'm not sure if he's made any radical remixes lately. But I'll not extend upon that. But yeah, a lot of legalities come up here. And like I said, I am just not the person to talk to when it comes to legalities. I'm not. Maybe some of you are lawyers and attorneys. I don't know. I'm not. I look at really not the legal part, but the right and wrong part. Like what you should and shouldn't do. Number one, you should not willingly, I think, use the work of others, without making them aware that you're using that work, if possible. But also, I think if you see your work represented or misrepresented somewhere else, you should make some kind of a outreach to let that person know or give them a warning that a DMCA takedown will be coming. To do that, I'm sure Lady Decade and Top Hat, they were just kind of, taken by surprise on that. And that, I'm not sure if they had that video, the I'm very scared upload after I'm not sure about a lot of the dates here, so I'm at a loss on the dates. But he did have a correspondence with Lady Decade. Let's see if I can find here. I'll have to find it in the upload. Where am I at here? Maybe I won't be able to find it in time. Okay. He said, you can respond to my letter via emailing me at da-da-da. I generally do not discuss these situations via telephone because, although it allows for a more fluid exchange of information, critical details can be miscommunicated, so I prefer to keep things in writing to avoid such errors. So he wanted to keep things in writing between him and Lady Decade, where, Lady Decade might be wanting to talk to him on the phone because, I don't know. Maybe she just wanted to, bitch him out and just, I don't know. I'm not sure 100% why she wouldn't want to keep communicating in writing. Possibly she was worried if it wasn't, things were in writing, then that, again, the legalities, I'm not sure. But she said, hi, I'd prefer to speak over the phone as emotional context or tone can't be conveyed properly. Maybe she just wanted to bitch him out for doing that. Now, the worst part here was, of course, what happened, what choice she made. And Martin brought up, in no simple terms, whenever there's something like this that happens, a dispute between two people over intellectual property, it's best to kind of shut the fuck up. It's best to just handle things privately. I mean, heck, maybe this person, Martin McNeil, might not even wanted anything more than that video to be edited, for that part to be taken out, and for it to be uploaded, and for his work not to be on that channel. I'm not sure. But I damn sure will tell you, there was an offer, I think he was requesting, I think, 472 pounds, I believe, for compensation for, that photo being used on their channel. That was an offer that he made that was not still the same offer after what happened, which was, of course, the I'm very scared upload. And there was a funny joke. He started out this upload when he said, hey, I'm Martin McNeil. I'm not going to be using pictures of my family and whatnot and my kids because, who would do that? I kind of chuckled at that one. Most of us have seen the I'm very scared upload. It's no longer available. Maybe some people have backed it up, but that was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. And it was uploaded for the purpose of targeted harassment, basically, for Martin McNeil. Basically to back him down. She had an army of people to basically harass Martin McNeil. There was attempts to dox him, various things he was not really prepared for because, well, he thought just a legal matter. The DMCA that he filed was basically for that one picture. Could have been handled all neatly. But no, she escalated all that stuff. And then she and the people that represented her and Top Hat basically sent him an offer. Do I have that? Can I find that? This is a long video. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see here. Notification of copyright infringement by Richard Vardy, aka Top Hat Gaming Man. Dear Mr. McNeil, thank you for your correspondence received 6th of August 2022 regarding the alleged infringement of the portrait of the late Ray Harryhausen. Having read your letter and reviewed the footage without any admission of liability, we are prepared to agree to pay the requested amount of £470.52. This is in full and final settlement of all claims that either party may have against each other connected to or relating to this. Accordingly, upon receipt of our payment, please remove the DMCA copyright strike from our Top Hat Gaming Man YouTube channel. It is understood that if both parties complete their respective steps, then this will be the end of the matter. Could you please supply details of how you would like the payments to be made? I've also included a correspondence email address above, should this be easier for you to acknowledge and receipt of the payment. Then after that, there was a request of the bank details of Martin McNeil. And then Martin McNeil got the payment of $470.52 to his bank account. But he didn't request that payment. He just gave the bank information. On their side, They thought quickly they'll give him the payment and that will be the end of the matter. But it was not, because the moment Lady Decade decided to do that targeted harassment, even though it was on, he said basically there was 500 members to one of her social medias where she said, hey, please don't do any targeted harassment. Although she didn't say any of that in the YouTube video, that was kind of like her trying to cover herself or whatnot from what because she basically knew what was going on. She knew what would happen, and it was very spiteful what she did, uploading that I'm very scared upload. And then he goes into this fascinating law, which is, what was this called? I forget the name of the law. Does he have it in his the state of arts situation October 7th? It's really fascinating the way he Hyde versus Winch. This is what I'll close off on. This is very fascinating. And this is a great listen to. I'll leave a link also to this upload if you guys want to check it out again who didn't see it before. Hyde versus Winch was basically, in a nutshell, over something over land. And one person made an offer, the other person didn't like that offer, and then they went back and forth on how much would be paid for the land. And one person went down to 950 and the other person said, like, no, more than 950 I want. Then after that, there was an offer back made for the 1,000. And then one person took the other person to court saying, he's got to sell me that land because of the $1,000 offer. But what he didn't understand was the moment you dropped it down to 950, this person doesn't have to agree to anything because the details have changed. The situation changed. Like I said, it goes from being a private matter, a dispute between two people over the use of that photo, to Lady Decade and her husband escalating the entire situation to creating a virtual mob with pitchforks, as he described there. And then that escalation, the matter's not solved, basically, I will say. I'm not sure if this person is going to have a follow-up re-upload, not a re-upload, but a update to this. So I'm not sure when the matter is going to be settled. He says basically there's 6 years in a statute for it to be settled. Also, I left out some very important. The payment that he received, he tried to return it, but he couldn't return it because they wouldn't give him their bank account information, wanting the matter to be, finalized and solved. And he donated it to a charity. And he made them aware that that money was shifted and donated to a charity, which possibly could, again, the legalities. If you donate money that somebody gives you for payment to a charity, then does that mean the matter is not solved? Again, my apologies. I'm not a law guy, but I can tell you how I feel about all this, and I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you.